love when I do it for the likes.
Let's talk about how to prep your skin and prep your area to start waxing. So we want to make sure that we have these essential tools. So now that we got all of our tools, let's talk about prepping your room. What we're gonna do is just start our wax warmers so we can get the wax melting before we start prepping our skin. So the wax warmers are necessary in order to warm up your wax. It is not recommended, and I highly suggest that you do not attempt to warm your wax up in the stove or in the microwave, because you cannot control the temperature if you have it on the stove or in the microwave. I'm going to be using the S.U.B.S.C.R.I.B.E blue for this DIY demonstration. So I just took the wax beads, which comes in pellets, and I poured it into this empty wax tin. So first we're gonna go ahead and pour the wax into the tin, which I already did. And then I'm just gonna go ahead and turn the wax pot on. Different warmers have like different temperatures, and some of them warm up a lot faster, some warm up slower. So it's best to just play around with the temperature to make sure that you're looking for a specific consistency versus trying to keep it at a temperature. So what I usually do, I just turn it up on high and let it melt down, and when it gets to the consistency, I just turn it down. So I'm gonna go ahead and let this wax melt a bit, and now we're going to cover how to prep our skin. We almost get into the fun part. So now we're about to start talking about how to prep our skin before we get waxed. First things first, we are going to make sure that we have our gloves. And our gloves, like I said, is going to protect us from any messes, just keeping yourself clean. So the first thing that we're gonna do to prep our skin is to make sure that we cleanse it. So I'm going to use this witch hazel. So the purpose of the cleanser is to remove any makeup, any dirt, any oils, any lotions. All you do is get a piece of your paper towel. You can fold it however you like, and every area gets cleansed. So I don't care if you're waxing your underarms, your stomach, your bikini, your Brazilian, your legs, your lip, whatever, every single area will always be cleansed first. So you just take the cleanser and put a little bit on your paper towel, and we're just gonna cleanse the area. After we cleanse our skin, now we're going to protect our skin with some sort of oil. You can use grapeseed or jojoba oil. These oils are the closest oils that mimic our natural body oil. So when you put this on, it usually just absorbs into the skin, so it doesn't create like a film. It really just like penetrates in your skin and gives that added moisture. So when the wax goes onto your hair, it only adheres to your hair and not to the skin. So I'm gonna take a little bit of the grapeseed oil and squeeze that out like that. And the grapeseed oil is going to be the protective barrier between your skin and the wax. So usually we would put oil on areas that tend to be really dry. So if your legs are really dry or you really don't exfoliate that much, you want to make sure that you're using the oil as your second step, because waxing does not provide any added moisture, and you want to make sure that you're protecting your skin so when you're waxing it doesn't cause any irritation because it's going on top of dry skin. I hope this all makes sense. So now we're going to use the powder. So the powder is applied on any area that tends to be moist and needs to dry. So that's your underarms, your bikini, usually just your underarms or bikini. The powder will definitely dry that area up, so when you're waxing, the wax can stick. Wax does not stick to like wet or oily skin, so having the powder is going to dry that area up, so when you're putting the wax on, it'll stick and you'll be able to get a better pull. Do not over powder yourself. Literally, you just want to coat your skin a little bit to make sure that it's dry. So we're gonna do a little bit like that. It's good to just dry any moist area. So now that you know how to prep your skin, it's time to get into that wax and start practicing our technique.